So you're in the market for a new microphone, but let's say this one's not too affordable. And this one, well, it's not too practical to bring around all the time. But this one, it's affordable and it's portable and it's easy to use. So let's check this out and see if it's worth using for your creativity needs. What's up, friends? I've got an exciting unboxing of the Neewer, however you say it, Neewer CM28 mics. So let's go ahead and unbox it. So this is kind of an interesting mic. For those that don't know, there's a lot of wireless mics out there, from DJI to Rode. Those are probably the two most popular options. There's also Hollyland, Lark. As someone that does record audio quite a bit and edit it professionally, audio is important. So I'm really curious to see how this stacks up against what I'm used to. And if at any point you want to check out the mics mentioned in this video, I'll be sure to leave links in the description, so be sure to check that out. I've used the DJI mic, the first version, in the past, and it's a great mic, don't get me wrong, but it also has a much more expensive price tag. I was able to pick up these, I want to say for around like $70, $75 with a sale. I think normally it's a little bit north of that. But the biggest question is the quality worth it? I mean, obviously this, one second, let me turn off that AC. Alexa, turn off AC.
Okay.
There we go. Speaking of audio quality, this wrapping is very deluxe. Oh man. Before we continue on, I want to invite you to smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next thing. Look forward to having you in the channel, fam. While I'm trying to get this unwrapped, let me see if I can dive into some of the details of how this mic might stack up against some of the competition. For example, a very popular option is the DJI Mic 2 right now, and the Rode Wireless Go Pro, I think it is called. The newer version, the more expensive version of the wireless Go 2s. And basically, one of the big factors that this does not have, just so you know, is 32-bit float. And you might be wondering, what is 32-bit float? So 32-bit float basically enables you to record audio and not really have to worry too much about peaking, where the audio distorts because it's so loud. Obviously, I believe the mic still has some limitations, but as far as the audio, you don't have to really worry about setting gain as much, because it does a good job about making sure that there's a lot of space to record that audio and it doesn't hit up against the threshold that would cause it to peak. This is hilarious. I'm just so surprised at how long this is taking to unbox. Let me quickly get this out of the this wrapper, and then we'll resume. I'm hoping that this is it. Okay, so we unwrapped this. I am surprised at how long that took. Let's get rid of that. And then you might be wondering, as far as use cases, where do these come in handy? Definitely run and gun, where you're not sure about your scenario that you're going to be filming in, and you just need a quick way to set up mics. You know, I've used things like the Rode. It's a great mic. It's got like USB-C on it. It's got a built-in battery, which is kind of cool. And note too on built-in batteries, this is where it's kind of a plus and a minus. I'm having trouble with plastic today. But built-in batteries, you have to keep in mind that some of them are not able to be changed. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of think getting a cheaper mic like this, where it's good at doing the basics, but just to realize that this eventually, the batteries will probably die. And so knowing that ahead of time and just getting something that's a little bit cheaper, especially if the quality holds up, and that's one of the big questions here, is will the quality hold up? And are those other features that the other mics have going to be a deal breaker for you? This is going to be a video of me trying to open up plastic this whole time. We have broken through the second layer of plastic. Here we go. That was crazy. There you have it. This is the Neewer CM28 wireless mics. You get two of them in the pack, and you got the receiver right there. And then it's got 2.4. So one of the things about the DJI Mic 2 that I think is really cool, which this doesn't have as far as I know, is the Bluetooth capability, so that you could go directly to your phone without having to have an adapter. But at 1/3 the price, is it really that big of a deal? We will find out. So how does this magical box open? Come on. There's got to be a simple... You would think this would be intuitive. I think I figured it out. It just looks so seamless. Like there's no real easy way. I was like, do you just push it out? But no, it opens up. Look at that. I guess it's magnetic. That's kind of cool. And then you've got this hefty instruction manual. Who's got time to read that? Okay. You got some nice gel, silica. Yep. Do not eat. No, do not eat that. And then you've got this handy dandy carrying case. This is actually kind of nice. Look at this. For 1/3 the price. Very nice. And inside, you have the dead cats. I think that's what they call these. You've got some cables, USB-C to USB-A, and then you've got USB-C to USB-A. I'm guessing these are just different adapters that you can use, one white and one black. And then the dead cat. I'm guessing there's another dead cat in here. Not literally a dead cat, but these little things that help with reduce the noise. There we go. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And then a 3.5 millimeter jack. I guess that goes camera cable. So I guess that's what you use to connect your camera. That's cool. And is there anything else in this magical bag? Let's see. Oh, another gel. Don't eat, throw away. Okay, I'm gonna take those out so I don't accidentally eat them, I guess. Okay, that is it. And now, the moment you've all probably been waiting for is actually getting to the mics themselves. So let's do it. And just in case you're curious, the mic that I'm currently using has a list price of like $2,000. So this is going to be interesting to see how this actually compares, how it stands up to like things like the Rode and also this mic here. A little bit overkill comparison, but why not? That's what we're here for. So you get this little case thingy. Cool. And then the mics themselves, you can open it up. Let me see if I can get that in focus. Oh. And what I love about this, it has the charging case. I don't know why those are blinking. Maybe it's charging. Not sure what that blinking has. It been recording this whole time. And as soon as you open it, it looks like it's on. Check, check, check. Test, test, test. Yep, you can see the mic, those volume levers going up. Check, 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 check. So it is receiving information from these. It's indicating that they're charging, so it might take a minute for those to charge up, but it's got a nice little case. I wouldn't say that the quality of the case seems quite the same as the DJI, but I mean, it's pretty solid. And for the price so far, it's not bad. So this is likely how you're going to be able to use the device with your phone, is with this little adapter. You got Lightning, and you got USB-C, and the output area. Okay, so yeah, this is charging up. So what I might do is just let it charge for a while. On the back of the case is the USB-C, so you can just plug it in to charge it. And then you don't have to plug in these individual ones. They're already set. They do have USB-C out, I notice on the sides here, which is great. And the cool thing is I think they have 4 gigs of space on each of these, so you can record internally. And I'm excited to see these magnets that you can use as well, so that you can clip that to your talent or yourself if you're recording your own content. But yeah, it's a magnetic shut, and probably that like the hinge doesn't feel as durable as the DJI mic. But as long as you're not like throwing this around, you should be fine. Or as long as you're not going like rock climbing and trying to open this up and drop it, you should be fine. So I'm gonna let this charge actually, and we'll do a mic test in just a moment, comparing this mic with these, and with the Rode VideoMic to see how they sound, how it compares, whether or not you think it's worth the price tag. And now, just for fun, we're going to compare the sound of a really expensive mic to the Neewer CM28, just so you can hear the difference of what an expensive mic would sound like versus a Neewer CM28, how it stacks up, the audio quality difference. So you can see, like, you know, because there's usually like a point of diminishing returns. Like, obviously spending $2,000 on an expensive mic is really nice if you got the money, but here's the thing. You need an audio interface for this. This one also has a power supply for it and a way to change like the pickup patterns. It's a lot bulkier. It's a lot more to set up. Whereas like with this mic, you can just pick it up, go, and you've got two of them. You got the two transmitters. So it's a different application. Like if you're looking for the best quality, obviously having a mic like this is awesome. But if you're looking for portability, affordability, I love how that rhymes. I think the Neewer CM28 should be a decent option. Obviously, we're going to listen back and see how it stacks up in comparison. But I think we're going to be, you know, pretty happy with the results. But we'll see. Time will tell. Okay, so maybe you're wondering, how does the CM28 stack up against like the Rode VideoMic NTG? So I just want to record a quick segment so you can hear the difference. So this is the Rode VideoMic NTG, and this is the Neewer CM28. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about using a shotgun mic versus one of these portable wireless mics. Which do you prefer using typically or want to be using more of? I personally find that this is good in certain circumstances, but having a mic that you can clip onto somebody, or you could even plug this mic into this recorder, I'm pretty sure that would work. So it just allows you to have more options as far as distances, and you're not tied down with like cables and stuff, which is always nice, not having to be, you know, restricted to being close to the camera or having a wire that's running all the way around. It's just a great option so that you don't always have to be tied down. So let me know what you think. Do you think the Rode VideoMic NTG sounds better or the Neewer CM28? I'm guessing the Rode VideoMic probably sounds better, but you know, I'm always open to being surprised by the results. But yeah, this is like, I want to say like a $250 mic. So obviously you pay more for it. So hopefully it sounds better. If not, why waste your money? But different use cases and obviously applications for each. I wanted to create a new comparison video because I realized that having your mic clipped down here obviously gives you a drastically different sound than having your audio right in front of your voice. So I thought that the comparison where I had the mic on my shirt and then the other mic in front of me probably wasn't the most fair comparison. So I wanted to give you an idea of what that sounds like, as well as show you what it looks like when you plug in a mic to the Neewer. So whether it's a lav or one of these shotgun mics, you can do that. And then I've got it recording in stereo. And that's another thing I want to show you. This is a very great demonstration of all the features. Currently I'm recording on both mics and I've got them in stereo mode. So one side is for the Rode VideoMic NTG and the other side is for the Neewer CM28. And I think this will give you a good idea of how it sounds, comparing them at a similar distance, similar level, and so that you can hear the comparison of all three of these mics now with the super expensive mic, the Rode VideoMic NTG, and then the Neewer CM28. I think you'll be able to hear the difference a little bit better this way versus having one like this and then one right in front. I just don't think that's a fair comparison when you have mics like this. Even the most expensive mic, I think having it like this obviously won't give you a full representation of what it should sound like instead of having it like this right in front of you. Where you can hear it a little bit better. This is so cool because I'm able to hear it in real time, hear what it sounds like. It sounds pretty good to me. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on which mic sounds better now that we're doing a little bit more of a fair comparison. Cheers. The first clip that we're going to listen to is the really expensive mic. So let's hear it. mic to the Neewer CM28, just so you can hear the difference of what an expensive mic would sound like. So that's the expensive mic. Sounds, in my humble opinion, really good. Now let's listen to the CM28, see how it stacks up against it versus a Neewer CM28, how it stacks up, the audio quality difference. So you can see, like, you know, because there's usually like, I think, you know, if you don't put them side by side, this is a perfectly fine audio. But when you hear the expensive mic compared to it, I would say that this, let me listen back, would sound like versus a Neewer CM28, how it stacks up. It's not as like full. The other thing I want to say real quick, and I'm going to show this clip a little bit in just a little bit, but I actually compared all three mics and I also changed the position. So having the mic here is a lot different than having the mic right in front, kind of like I have this mic right now. So positioning of these mics makes a big difference. So holding it probably will give you better results. We'll take a listen to that in a minute. You know, because there's usually like a point of dimension. I would say it's a little bit.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans.
Thank you, Alexa. I would say it's a lot thinner of a sound, like it's not as full and rich. That being said, I don't think it's bad. So I also went ahead and I edited the audio just to see what it would sound like after processing. Those were just loudness adjusted so that they would sound about the same. Audio, it hadn't been processed. Now this is with it processed. So this is the Neewer CM28 with the processing. 28, just so you can hear the difference of what an expensive mic would sound like versus a Neewer CM28. Not bad at all. I mean, I think with the Omni mic here, you do get a little bit more of the room. You might get a little bit more noise than you do with a mic like this. It's a little bit more directional, and it's got obviously probably a better preamp, and you know, it's a lot higher end, obviously. But I think the audio is perfectly usable, like in a pinch. And depending on your use case, it might be perfectly fine. And so let's take a listen to the processed studio mic sound like versus a Neewer CM28, how it stacks. Switch back. It's the audio quality difference. So you can see, like, you know, because there's usually like a point of diminishing returns. Yeah, that's so obviously an unfair comparison. Now let's move to the Rode VideoMic NTG. So this one, it costs about, I want to say, $250. It's not a bad mic. Let's listen to it and see how they compare. Keep in mind, again, the position of the mic. The Rode was in front of me. The Neewer was on my shirt, so a little bit of a different positioning, but here we go. So first, let's listen to the Rode VideoMic. It's about using a shotgun mic versus one of these portable wireless mics. So I would say that already it's very, it's a little bit warmer of a sound than the, like the Neewer. The Neewer is very bright, I would say. Which do you prefer using typically, or want to be using more of? I personally find that this is good in certain circumstances. Again, I think I can hear the background noise a little bit more on the Neewer. But having a mic that you can clip onto somebody, or you could even plug this mic into this recorder, I'm pretty sure that you can hear the room noise in the Rode VideoMic, the room sound. That would work. So it just allows you to have more options. And then again, with some processing, let's start with the Rode. Is the Neewer CM28. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Okay, and then the Neewer. About using a shotgun mic versus one of these portable wireless mics. Which do you prefer using? Again, perfectly usable. I do think the sound of the Rode VideoMic in this position sounds better. Now let's listen to the demo with all three that switches between them. And I have the title in here, and I'll play this whole clip for you so you can see exactly what it sounds like, but I just want to comment on what I'm hearing. Okay, so the first audio that you're going to hear is from the Neewer, so let's take a listen. Having your mic clipped down here obviously gives you now this is really fascinating. Hearing it on the chest versus in front of the voice, night and day difference. Let's listen to that one more time. Mic clip down. Let me get a little more comparison video, because I realized that having your mic clip down here obviously gives you a drastically different sound than have. It's like you put a pillow on top of the mic almost. Just taking it from here to here. It's just shocking how much of a sound difference that makes. Now this is a Rode video mic, so I just wanted to show that even the Rode video mic, when you move it away from being in front of the voice, makes a world of difference. Having your audio right in front of your voice, just listen to that. Like the fullness just goes away and then it comes back. So again, on my shirt and then the other mic in front of me, probably it wasn't the most fair comparison, so I wanted to give you an idea. So I think it's amazing the difference having them side by side. And so there's a point where I test them all kind of at a equal distance so that you can hear kind of what that sounds like. Let's take a listen here. Level, and so that you can hear the comparison of all three of these mics now with the super expensive mic, the Rode VideoMic NTG, and then the Neewer CM28. Okay. This is shocking to me. These mics are not as far off as you would expect for the price. Like I think it's just shocking. Like I think you need to keep in mind that I spent, you know, maybe $70 on these wireless mics, and then, you know, 250 plus tax on the Rode video mic, and then this mic, you know, ridiculously expensive in comparison. So to even think that they're somewhat, you know, within the realm of each other is pretty amazing. Super expensive mic, the Rode VideoMic NTG, and then the Neewer CM28. Perfectly usable audio from all of those. I didn't feel like I would be unhappy with any of those. I just don't think that's a fair comparison when you have mics like. And then again, just showing, you know, once you have it down here, it's a completely different sound. One right in front. I just don't think that's a fair comparison when you have mics like this. Even the most expensive mic, I think having it like this obviously won't give you a full representation of what it should sound like, instead of having it like that again. I mean, it's still, I would say the expensive mic still sounds good down there, but like it's drastic, the amount of detail that you get. So like having it like this, and then the full bodied voice sound over here, like this right in front of you. It's like 3D sounding versus like 2D simple. But yeah, I just wanted to show you and share my thoughts about these clips and kind of just say like, it is pretty amazing for the price, the quality that you get. Is it perfect? Like it's not like a $2,000 mic, no. And it, you know, it's not a $250 mic. But that said, like the functionality that you get and the ability to plug in a mic to this and to use it in a variety of ways at like 1/3 the cost of many of its competitors, that's a great value. Like to be within, maybe I'd say like, I mean, I would love to test the Neewer against the DJI and the Rode mics just to get like a official A/B test and hear it for myself. But I mean, it's shocking how close I have a feeling that it's probably 80 to 90%. I mean, at the worst, maybe 70, 60, but like, I gotta think it's like 80, 90% of the quality and the features that you get of some of the other ones. So it's, I gotta say, bang for the buck, I think it's hard to beat. Next up, I want to talk about the design and the functions of the Neewer CM28 so you know exactly how to use it and get the most out of it. First of all, about the design, you've got this beautiful black and yellow Batman style case, which, you know, it's plastic. Maybe not the highest quality plastic, but for the price, I think it's pretty awesome. Inside of the case, you have the dongles, and then you have the 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. As soon as you open the case, it automatically turns on, which is great. You don't have to find that on button, turn on. You can just take it out, start using it, hit record. As you can tell, I'm using one right now. And the beauty is that you can just toggle that on and off recording. And I don't believe you even need the case open so you can record. You could just grab one of the transmitters and start recording on it. Let's start talking about the transmitters here. So this is a handy dandy mic. It's got this nice magnet on the back that you can use, and basically just clip it on there. It's just great. They've got a recording indicator light. This is interesting, trying to record with it while showing you the mic. Hopefully it's not too crazy. And then it's also got a clip even. So if you don't want to use the magnet, you can always use the clip in the back, which is nice to have that option, so that you can clip it onto your shirt or use the magnet. I think it's kind of, it's not too in your face. I feel like some of the microphones, when they have their like brand logo, it's so hard not to see it. This one's a little bit less visible, which I like. You got 2 buttons on the side, handy dandy. So just in case you're curious what these buttons do, I'm going to tell you. So on the transmitter, you have a power button. So very simple, you know, on and off. And then you've got a set button, the yellow button below that. So if you hold it down, it starts blinking red when recording. And then if you tap it, it'll turn on the, I'll do it real quick. It turns on the noise reduction mode, which personally, I'm not a huge fan of noise reduction on these type of devices because typically they're not as good. So I personally will just tap it again and we're just recording normally again. So you have that USB-C out on these devices, which is really awesome because all you need to do is plug that into your computer and then you can transfer the files like a normal hard drive you would, instead of having fancy software that you need. Super simple. So it's got 4 gigs of internal storage, which should give you about 10 hours of recording at 16-bit, 48 kilohertz. Plenty of recording time before you need to transfer it to computer. Pretty awesome. On the front, you've got 2 lights that will show you whether or not it's recording. As you can see on my current one that I'm wearing, you can see the blinking light that's indicating that it's recording. So to turn that on, you've got these 2 buttons. One is the on button, pretty self-explanatory. And then you've got the set button. So if you tap that set button once, it should turn on the noise cancellation. So it's blue right now. The bottom light is blue. That notes that it's noise canceling right now. I personally wouldn't use it. I think noise canceling in post is so much better. But if you need that in a pinch, it is there. And then to record, all you need to do is press and hold the set button. And you'll notice now that the bottom button is blinking blue. So the blinking blue indicates that it's recording with the noise cancellation on. If I tap that set button one time, it should turn red. And that means that it's just recording normally. It doesn't have anything fancy, no fancy noise cancellation, which is probably what I would use. And then to stop it, just hold down the set button and it stops recording. On the top, you've got the microphone, which I believe is an Omni pattern. And then you've got a jack here, a 3.5 millimeter jack, which is great for attaching like a lavalier mic if you want. So great to have that option. Or, you know, you could attach something like the Rode VideoMic NTG that I had just a second ago. So if you need a little extra, you know, distance from your camera, this is a great option to do that. Next up, let's talk about the receiver. This little device here, it's pretty awesome. You can see the levels right on it, which is fantastic. The other thing that I want to note is the decibels on the side. I'll show you how to adjust the gain levels. It's super simple. You only basically have 5 options. And personally, I like keeping it at level 4 so far. That seems to be a great option. So let's turn it over. So that's the way that it charges. Let's turn it again so you can see all the buttons and stuff. You've got a headphone jack, and then you've got a power button and the gain slash volume on the side. So if we hit this button here for the decibel, it will change the volume level. So as you can see here, right now we're at bar 4. So it's like level 4 loudness. It keeps it very simple. You don't have numbers to worry about. There's that visual indicator. So this is what it sounds like at level 4. This is what it sounds like at level 5. This is what it sounds like at level 1. level 2, level 3, and back to level 4. Personally, I think at level 4, it's kind of like the sweet spot, but I love how easy it makes it to change the volume right from the receiver. Not very complicated. Most people could probably do that on the fly. Just tap, tap, get it to the right volume, done. Keeps it simple. So to change the volume, all you need to do is tap the power button, and that changes the volume. I don't know if there's any indicator on what the volume is, but I guess if you have headphones plugged in, hopefully that makes it easy to tell. But yeah, I'm not seeing any indicator, just the gain indicator on the device itself. You can also tell when it's recording, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that too easily, but in red, it shows that it's recording currently on device number 2. So that's kind of nifty that they allow you to quickly see at a glance. Maybe you're behind the camera, you can see whether or not you're recording, which is always good to know. If you hold it down, obviously that's just on and off. Super simple. But again, it automatically turns on when you open the case, so you probably won't have to use that button altogether too much, unless you have it on your camera or something. So we're gonna talk about real quickly the different modes of recording. So currently, if you can read that, it is in mono mode. And to change the mode, all we're going to do is hit the DB button on this side. And so I'm gonna hold that down, and you'll notice that it now is in stereo mode. So what is the difference between mono and stereo mode? So mono basically sums up both channels. So if you're recording with 2, it just puts them all together. Personally, I think if you're recording more than one of these mics, put it in stereo. That way you've got full control over each of the levels of each mic, and you can split them out, edit them separately, probably the way to go. But if you're just recording one, mono is perfectly fine. You don't need both of them. And then they've got one other mode that I want to highlight. And so let's hold it down again. And we are now in the MS mode, which stands for mono, but with a safety track. So again, it splits it left, right, but instead of having the left as one mic and the right as another mic, the safety track has one as like the normal volume of both mics summed up, and then the other one as a lower volume, just so as a safety. So if you start peaking on the normal track, you can use the safety track to back things up. So always nice to have that option. But just keep that in mind when you go to edit, that you use the safety track so that you don't have this weird sensation going on when people are listening to it where one ear is louder than the other. That'd be kind of strange. The charging case itself is very simple. You just have the power to plug it in to USB-C to charge the case itself, which then charges all of your devices inside of it. It takes about 2 hours to charge the case itself, and then 1.5 hours to charge transmitters and receiver. And then the transmitters and receiver typically should last about 8 to 9 hours according to the website. So hopefully that gives you plenty of time to make your recordings and not have to worry about your battery life. But again, if you need to charge it up, just pop them back in, let them charge, and you should be good to go. And now probably the most important question, is the price right? And is it worth it? So let's take a look at the Neewer CM28. As you can see here on Amazon, it's listed for $103 as a deal. Normally the list price is $129, but they also have these $20 off coupon. So the price, it's basically like $83. And I personally, I think got it around 73, 75, somewhere in that ballpark. I mean, for that price and the amount of things that you're getting, I think it's pretty amazing. And then let's compare it to the DJI mic. Again, I've tried the DJI mic, the first version, which honestly, it's a great mic. Like, I loved using it. I think it's a fantastic package, and the quality of DJI products are usually pretty good. And then we have the Rode Wireless Pro. Again, probably another very solid product, but again, $400. Pretty pricey. It might be worth giving the Neewer CM28 a shot to see if it fits into your needs. So the big question, is it worth it? Let me know in the comments what you think, whether or not it's worth it or not. I personally think for the price, it offers a ton of functionality and a lot of great features. You could replace this easily if it broke, versus if you went with one of the others. So you could basically buy like 3 of these for the same price. The wireless mic market is a booming place. There's tons of options on the market, which makes it a winning thing for consumers or people that need these products for making their content, because the quality keeps getting better and better and the prices keep getting lower and lower for things like this. So I think it's a fantastic tool in your kit to have when you need to like record things on the go, or if you need like a quick podcast setup. I think this will do in a pinch just to get that audio capture. Before you go, be sure to smash that subscribe button, join the channel fam, and until next time, my friends, stay techie.
What is this? The VideoMic, Rode VideoMic. What do they call it? Rode VideoMic NTG, something like that.
I am literally going to look up another YouTube video on how to open this.
It'll focus. Let me get my face out of the way. Come on, come on. Right here, right here. Focus. Focus. It's having a hard time focusing on this.